from page 53, dear students. The lesson is same, lesson 5, Indigo by Louis Fisher. So let us be continuity from page 53. I think you are very clear. And up to this particular point, you must have prepared for self-evaluation test, dear student, that will be conducted today. So let us start this beautiful day with a very fine quotation. Winner never quits and quitter never wins. So I think very clear about the meaning of this quotation. Persons who want to be winner must be able to maintain everything. They shouldn't afraid of the situation. There should be continuity for their assignment. So here I think this particular quotation suits for Mahatma Gandhi and Rajkumar Shukla. And ultimately, Mahatma Gandhi will be winner to this particular approach. Not in the habit of quitting, whatever the situation might be. So let's move. Already up to this particular point, we did events justified Gandhi's position. Events justified Gandhi's position. You have to look at that particular point in a very sincere way. Which were able to recognize the quality of Indian people. And moreover, they are able to recognize the approach of Mahatma Gandhi. So that is why they were able to recognize the fact that it would not be easy to defeat Indians due to the effort of Gandhi only, Mahatma Gandhiji only. So that is why this sentence is highlighted. Within a few years, the British planters abandoned their estates, which were reverted to peasants. Indigo sharecropping disappeared. Within a few years, they had said goodbye to sharecropping. They had just abandoned. Already I had told you people in my previous lecture that it means they left their estates. And automatically they had gone back again to the Indian peasants. These farmhouses were again of our Indian people, Indian farmers. I think very clear, there is no doubt in that. Indigo sharecropping disappeared. The problem which was there was sorted out by the effort of Mahatma Gandhi. And moreover, he can't forget Rajkumar Shukla here. So I think very clear up to this, there's no doubt in that. Gandhiji never contented himself with large political or economic solutions. Gandhiji used to believe that success is a journey, not a destination. He could never ever be satisfied himself after doing the best. In context of political or economic solutions, he was a strict believer that there is no full stop to any solution. He wanted to upgrade the things at every stage. Even after knowing that successfully he was able to upgrade the thing. That was the beauty of this personality. Adamant personality. That is why he was extraordinary. He was not ordinary personality. Because he could never ever be satisfied after doing the best even. He wanted that the things must, maybe just here two phases are highlighted, political or economic solutions require change. Even after a big change. I think very clear up to this particular point. You are able to look at this quotation that success is a journey, not a destination. Add it into the dictionary of your brain, dear students. He saw the cultural and social backwardness in the Champaran villages and wanted to do something about it immediately. He had seen cultural and social backwardness in Champaran villages. He wanted to upgrade the things immediately, wanted to upgrade the situation or position or that particular critical condition without any wait. He appealed for teachers. He was 100% sure that if teachers would be at forefront for this noble cause, they would be successful. So that is why he appealed for teachers. Mahadev Desai and Narhari Parikh, two young men who had just joined Gandhi as disciples, and their wives volunteered for the work. So Mahadev Desai and Narhari Parikh, these two young men who had just joined Gandhi as disciples, they were agreed to that particular, demand of Gandhiji. They were ever ready to volunteer for the cause of the welfare of society. I think very clear up to this particular point, there is no doubt. The meaning of volunteer, you are able to understand from a very sincere way. When the person is ready to do for any noble cause, if a person who voluntarily just express interest to do any service, I think very clear so far as this word is concerned. Several more came from Bombay, Pune, and other distant parts of land. Many other came from different parts of Bombay, Pune, and other distant parts of the land. I think I've already explained in detail. Bombay is right now Mumbai. Pune is right now Pune, Pune. And I had told you the history of it in a very detailed way in my previous lecture. You must be able to just remember each and every point in a very sincere. Devdas Gandhi, Gandhi's youngest son, arrived from the ashram, and so did Mrs. Gandhi. So just look at Devdas, the youngest son of Mahatma Gandhi, and Mahatma Gandhi's wife, Kasturbai Gandhi. They had also arrived from their ashram for this noble cause. What was the noble cause, dear students? Social upgradation of the society and cultural upgradation of the society. So they were also ready to help for this noble cause. Kasturbai taught the ashram rules on personal cleanliness and community sanitation. I've already told you people that Kasturbai was the name of Mahatma Gandhi's wife. She had taught the ashram rules on personal cleanliness and community sanitation. So she had set certain rules for personal cleanliness in their ashram. Seva ground. I think very clear up to this particular point. She wanted the people of that area to follow the same here also. And community sanitation, I think you are very clear about these two terms, personal cleanliness and community sanitation. I think next step. Health conditions were very critical. Gandhi got a doctor to volunteer his service for 6 months. He was luckily able to get a doctor who was ready for his services for 6 months, who was ready to provide his services for 6 months. Three medicines were available. Only three common medicines were available: castor oil, quinine, and sulfur ointment. So how they used to use these three medicines? Anybody who showed a coated tongue was given a dose of castor oil. Coated tongue, you are able to understand. In my previous lecture, it was explained in a very sincere way. Anybody with malaria fever received quinine. Person who used to suffer from malaria fever used to get chloroquine plus castor oil. And anybody with skin infection used to get ointment. Ointment is, I think, medicine for external use, plus castor oil. Because the problems were many. In order to look at their problems, the basic problems of their illness, only three general medicines were arranged. And they were given in this particular sequence. I think very clear, there is no doubt in that. Now look at the next paragraph. Gandhiji noticed the filthy state of women's clothes. Gandhi noticed the filthy state of women's clothes. He asked Kasturbai to talk to them about it. One woman took Kasturbai into her hut and said, "Look, there is no box or cupboard here for clothes. The sari I am wearing is the only one I have." So Mahatma Gandhi had noticed filthy or the dirty, pessimistic state of women's clothes. Women used to wear very dirty clothes, were very, very far away from cleanliness. So Mahatma Gandhi had observed. He asked his wife Kasturbai to talk to them on this issue. So while Kasturbai had talked to them on this issue, one woman took Kasturbai into her hut. One woman had taken Kasturbai into her hut and said, "Look, there is no box or cupboard here for clothes." I wanted to highlight the point that there was no cupboard, no box, nothing was there to keep the clothes. The sari I'm wearing is the only one I have. She was highlighting her poor state by just looking at this particular point, that the sari she was wearing was the single one she had. Particular sentence highlights their poverty. It highlights that they were not able to get proper facilities even for their basic livelihood. So now I think very clear about this paragraph. Look at the next. During his long stay in Champaran, Gandhi kept a long distance watch on the ashram. So Gandhiji was very technical personality. It's very practical personality. So for his long stay in Champaran, you had already studied that he had to stay long, 365 days he had to stay in Champaran. So that is why simultaneously Gandhiji was keeping a very careful watch on the ashram also. Was taking care of the ashram from that particular area, from Champaran itself. I think very clear. He sent regular instructions by mail and asked for financial accounts. He had sent regular instructions by post and asked for financial accounts. He had demanded financial accounts the ashram. He was able to look at the things in a very sincere way. No doubt he was extremely busy in Champaran, but simultaneously he was taking care of his ashram also. He had just uh, said instructions by post, and he had demanded for financial accounts. He wanted to know the financial status of his ashram at that particular moment. So that is why he demanded financial accounts. Once he wrote to the residents that it was time to fill in the old latrine trenches and dig new ones, otherwise the old ones would begin to smell bad. Now just look at it. Once he wrote to the residents of his ashram that it was the time to fill the old latrine trenches. I think you are able to understand this particular word, latrine trenches. I think that is long, deep holes dug in the ground. Trenches means long, deep holes dug in the ground. Earlier, drainage system was not up to mark, so that is why the people used to just look at trenches. That is, they used to dig long, deep holes in the ground. And because no drainage system was there, no sanitary facilities were there in a proper order, so that is why the people used to look at the manual washrooms. So I think very clear. And dig new ones. I wanted to highlight that they must fill the old latrine trenches and they must be able to dig new ones. Otherwise, the old ones would begin to smell bad. With the passage of time, old latrine trenches used to be filled up and new used to be dug up. The reason behind that was otherwise they used to smell a worst way. So that is why he had instructed people of his ashram to fill old latrine trenches and dig new ones. Otherwise, the old ones would begin to smell bad. So I think very clear. There is no doubt. Now just move forward for the next page. That is page number 54. Last page of this chapter. The Champaran episode was turning point in Gandhi's life. So just look at the beauty of this line. The Champaran episode was a turning point. What is a turning point, dear students? You will have to look at this particular point. It means big change. So look at the meaning of this sentence, the Champaran episode. Here the Champaran episode means the whole activity accomplished by Mahatma Gandhi for the welfare of Champaran peasants. It's called Champaran episode. That was genuinely a big change in Gandhi's life. Turning point, I think you are able to understand this particular word in a very sincere way. So that was a very big change in his life. That had brought a very big change in his life. So I think you are able to understand. What I did, he exclaimed, was a very ordinary thing. Highlighted this particular point. What I did, he explained, was a very ordinary thing. I declared that the British couldn't order me about in my own country. Just look at the beauty of the words of Mahatma Gandhi. We are able to recognize his character trait, that he could never ever consider himself on the top of the world, even after doing the best. So what I did, he had highlighted that what he had done, what I did means what activities, what actions had he had taken for the welfare of Champaran peasants was a very ordinary thing. ordinary, not extraordinary. He had declared that the British could never ever rule him about in his own country. He was strict believer of that particular point, that British people could never ever rule on him. He could never ever order him about in his own country. So again, this what I did was a very ordinary thing, but it highlights that it's a strict believer of this particular quotation that success is a journey, not a destination. Moreover, he was down to earth. He could never consider himself on the top of the world, even after sacrificing a lot. We must add this particular point in our life skill. Dear students, add it. Very, very important point. Very, very important life skill. Now, just look at the next paragraph. But Champaran didn't begin as an act of defiance. Just look at the meaning of this word. Defiance, you have to look at the thing. So, defiance is open refusal of something, or some point, or some law. Very clear? Look at this sentence right now. But Champaran didn't. Didn't means highlights past tense. That Champaran episode or Champaran's actions and reactions to upgrade the society, actions and reactions to upgrade peasants had not begun as an act of defiance. Has not started the action of refusal to do something. It was started very politely by Indian farmers, Indian peasants. But while British people were not listening for the upgradation of their state or their condition, that had taken different shape. Oh, this line gives us a clear-cut pic that the beginning of Champaran episode was not an act of defiance. Very clear. It grew out of an attempt to alleviate the distress of large number of poor peasants. Basically, this episode or this, I think, episode of Champaran, in order to upgrade Indian farmers or peasants, had grown out of an attempt to alleviate. Alleviate, you have to look at the meaning of this particular point to lessen. Lessen. To reduce, to eliminate the distress. Distress means sadness of large number of poor peasants. Large number of poor peasants means many poor peasants of Champaran. Very clear about this sentence. It had grown out of an attempt to make Indian peasants comfortable. Because British authorities were doing negative with them. That was the basic point. This was the typical Gandhi pattern. His politics were never intertwined with the practical day-to-day problems of millions. His was not a loyalty to abstractions. It was a loyalty to living human beings. Just look at the quality of Mahatma Gandhi here. We have to note down the meanings first. First of all, you will have to note down the meaning of intertwined. But this intertwined, very closely connected. I think very clear up to this particular point. And you have to look at one more word, that is abstractions. ABSTRACTIONS. Must note down the meaning of this particular word also. Abstractions means existing as a mental concept. Existing as mental concept. Now, just listen this sentence because this is a diamond sentence. What was Gandhi's pattern of sorting out any problem, particularly sorting out any political, cultural, social, or economic problem? His politics were intertwined with the practical. His politics was used to waste political points, or political points were intertwined, means I think deeply connected with the practical day-to-day problems of millions. Could never take action for the sake of taking action theoretically. I think very clear, there is no doubt in that. He was not a loyalty to abstractions. His was not a loyalty to abstractions, it was a loyalty to living human being. Could never ever be able to look at the problems in a fictitious way. He could never ever like to sort out any problem to satisfy for the sake of satisfaction. He used to peep deep into the problem in order to sort out that problem entirely. Because he used to worship humanity. It was a loyalty to living human beings. He used to follow the quotation of Vivekananda Gandhi that the biggest worship of human being is to worship humanity. So that is why he used to worship humanity from the core of his heart. He was ever ready to upgrade the society. I think very clear. Now look at the next. In everything Gandhi did, moreover, he tried to mold a new free Indian who could stand on his own feet and thus make India free. In everything Gandhi did, moreover, he tried to mold a new free Indian who could stand on his own feet and thus make India free. So now just look at the beauty of this paragraph, small paragraph. It's a paragraph of single sentence only, dear students. In everything Gandhi did, whatever assignments Gandhiji had accomplished, he did his best to upgrade the society. How? Just look at the answer of this. How? He tried to mold a new free Indian who could stand on his own feet and thus make India free. He never wanted Indian to accept the things for the sake of accepting, even in critical circumstances of British rule. He wanted every Indian to be free. Free Indian means must be away from phobias, unnecessary fears. So they must be self-reliant, who could stand on his own feet and thus make India free. So I think these three conditions, this sentence highlights three stages. He wanted the Indian people to be very free, and so that is why they must be able to gain confidence. While they would be able to gain confidence, they would be successfully able to make India free. That was the basic approach of Gandhiji. Golden approach of Gandhiji. I think very clear. Now just look at the next. Next is early in the Champaran action, Charles Freer Andrews, the English pacifist, who had become a devoted follower of Mahatma Gandhi, came to bid Gandhi farewell before going on a tour of duty to the Fiji Islands. Just look at early in the Champaran action. Early in the Champaran action, what is it? While the Champaran action, that is the action and reaction to free Indian peasants had started early in the Champaran action, means while Champaran episode had started, just begun. Charles Freer Andrews was English pacifist. What is pacifist, dear students? Note down its meaning. Pacifist means a person who believes in peace. I think very clear. This word is very clear. I think pacifist, a person who is strict believer of peace and harmony. So Charles Freer Andrews was English personality. He was English pacifist who had become a devoted follower of Mahatma Gandhi. That fellow had become a very loyal, devoted means loyal, follower of Mahatma Gandhi. Follower is disciple of Mahatma Gandhi. Came to bid Gandhi farewell before going on a tour of duty to the Fiji Islands. He had come to say goodbye to Mahatma Gandhi before moving on a tour of duty to the Fiji Islands. He had come to say goodbye to Mahatma Gandhi before moving for his duty, assigned duty to the Fiji Islands. Gandhi's lawyer friends thought it would be a good idea for Andrews to stay in Champaran and help them. Just look at the beauty of this sentence. Gandhi's lawyer friends. Number of friends were there who were lawyer. I think you must have studied the names of Gandhi's lawyer friends in the chapter. They were thinking on the different line. They were thinking that it would be the best idea if Andrews would stay and help them to sort out the problem of Champaran sharecroppers. They were expecting help from that particular fellow because he belonged to English community. So that was the viewpoint of Gandhi's lawyer friends. Andrews was willing if Gandhi agreed. So Andrews, no doubt he belonged to British community, but he was very loyal follower of Mahatma Gandhi. He was willing. He was agreeing on that particular point. But he wanted the consent from the side of Mahatma Gandhi. He had declared that if Mahatma Gandhi would agree on this particular point, he would feel proud to help sorting out the problem of Indian peasants. I think very clear, there is no doubt in that. Now just look at but Gandhi was vehemently opposed. But Gandhi was vehemently, just look at the pronunciation, vehemently opposed. Gandhiji had directly opposed that viewpoint. Gandhiji never wanted to take help from the British personality. He said, you think that in this unequal fight, it would be helpful if we have an Englishman on our side. This shows the weakness of your heart. Highlighted that particular point, that if they wanted help from the English personality, that was highlighting their weakness, their weak point, weakness of their enthusiasm. The cause is just, and you must rely upon yourself to win the battle. Just declared a very fine point that this cause is very noble and just. Why the cause is just? Why these particular 4 words are highlighted? The cause to free Indian peasants from the clutches of British people were genuine, was genuine. Why it was genuine? Because even British people were able to recognize that they had done wrong with Indian peasants. So that is why Gandhiji had declared that they would never ever take any help from any outsider of any British person, whosoever he may be. And you must rely upon yourselves to win the battle. You want Indians to be self-reliant. He guided them that they must rely upon themselves to win the battle. You shouldn't seek a prop in Mr. Andrews because he happens to be an Englishman. Note down the meaning of prop, dear students. Prop means help or support. He had guided Indian lawyers that they shouldn't take help, they shouldn't demand help from Andrews because he was an Englishman. He had read our minds correctly, Rajendra Prasad comments, and we had no reply. Rajendra Prasad, hi-fi lawyer, later on became the president, had just declared these words that Mahatma Gandhi had read their minds apparently, correctly. Gandhi in this way taught us a lesson in self-reliance. In this way, he had taught Indians, particularly even Indian lawyers, a lesson of self-reliance. Self-reliance term, I think you are very clear. Self-reliance, Indian independence, and help to sharecroppers were all bound together. So all these self-reliance, Indian independence, and help to sharecropper were collectively, all these 3.3 concepts were there for the freedom of Indian farmers or Indian peasants from negativity. That is negative system of sharecropping. So just look at the message. If we look at the message of this chapter, patience, perseverance, and determination can help one overcome all the odds and adversities. So, but our time says that we must close the lecture. So this topic is over. You must study hard to get the deep knowledge of it. So any query?